The powers that created us now want us all extinguished. We must join forces, or else forever be their slaves. For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them. Let's roll.
Here in moments.
The ultimate gala spectacle.
Holy Mother of God on earth and in heaven at the exact same time.
You want a piece of me? You got it!
Good morning, everybody. This is Dan Adams, the host of this particular show that you are currently listening to. It is the Dan Adams Show, the morning edition, here Wednesday, March 8th, 2017. And first and foremost, giving honor to God and to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to grace these Spreaker airwaves. And I want to go ahead and take a moment and recognize what today is. First and foremost, it is the memorial of my father's passing. And I just want to say, Dad, I love you. May you continue to rest in peace. I know you're up in heaven looking down. I know I'm not doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I know that I'm not being the best Christian that I know that I can be. But I'm a work in progress, as they say. But I love you and I miss you. And today, ladies and gentlemen, is also a day without a woman. That's right. The leftist liberal Moonbat Foundation, that is the Democrat Party, that is the leftist liberals across America and across the world. This is not just something here that's happening here in America, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening across the globe. And I'm still trying to understand what this march, what this movement, what this day encapsulates. A day without a woman. So I guess women across the world are not going to work. I guess they're not going to take care of the children. And they're just going to, I don't know, do absolutely nothing is what I'm thinking what this is. I'm not really sure. So if someone, when they listen to this and they have a chance to, hit the tab that says comments, go ahead and write in the comments section what exactly does today, March 8th, 2017, in this march that's going on across the globe, a day without a woman actually means. Now, for me, I know that I could even go out a half a day without interacting with women, especially and most importantly, my wife. So, don't even know what this, like I said, don't even know what this movement is all about. I guess it's just another day for, especially here in America, maybe across the globe, I don't know. I can only speak upon the women here in America. And I'm talking about the leftist, liberal, moonbat women here in America. That, how is it that in today's state of affairs, that you're going to pick a day to, I guess, do nothing? Now, really trying to understand what example you're setting for the young women growing up here in America. What is the exact example that you're trying to set? What is the goal of today? Going forward, what is that supposed to do to enlighten the minds of the younger generation in regards to the young female generation and the young women coming up here in America? To me, it's almost a temper tantrum, a day of I just want to bitch about anything. I'm going to do anything that I want on this day because it's a day without women. But as I said at the beginning of this diatribe, still do not know what this day is all about. So like I said, if you hear this, hit up the comment section and let me know exactly what this day is supposed to be about. So let's go ahead and move on from that. And I'm going to kind of put an addendum, as I say, on the Live in My Car edition last night of the Dan Adams Show. Did it through the Spreaker StudioCast app on my phone as I was driving home from work. And it came out all right, and I appreciate those who have listened. And for those who are new to the Dan Adams Show here on Spreaker, I need you to share it. I need you to download it. I need you to share it. I need you to download it. That's how you support grassroots radio. That's how you support grassroots conservatism. And we would really appreciate your support. Now, as I was speaking last night, and most of the conversation and broadcast on the Live in My Car edition last night was about this whole onslaught of the left and the mainstream media trying to ouster President Donald J. Trump. They're doing everything that's in their power. And I was also speaking on this whole, was a FISA actually submitted to surveil Trump and his campaign? Now we're in the throes of the left and the mainstream media who were all about Trump and his campaign in bed with Russia. It was a certainty. There was no doubt about it. But now, ladies and gentlemen, there's all kinds of doubts in regards to whether a FISA was submitted, two of them to be exact, if they were submitted to surveil, electronically surveil, then on the campaign trail Trump, President-elect Trump, and then elected Trump. Because who knows the scope of the wiretapping that went down? No one knows. All we know is the mainstream media and the fake news outlets for weeks, and there's many of them, not just one, not just two, darn near maybe 10 fake news mainstream media outlets stating that FISA warrant requests were submitted to surveil Donald J. Trump and his campaign and his surrogates. So what is it? What is it? You can't have it both ways. You can't rail against Trump for weeks saying he's been in bed with Russia and there's all kinds of intelligence gathering in regards to that. So how in the hell did they gather all that information, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me that. How did they gather all of this intel if a FISA was not submitted and approved? How did they get that information on General Mike Flynn if a FISA warrant wasn't approved? You can't have it both ways. You can't now all of a sudden say, because Trump came out and went right ham, went ham on Barack Hussein Obama and said, hey, punk ass, you wiretapped my offices in Trump Tower. How did you get all this information? How do you have all this intel at your disposal? How did this happen? Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I stated before, and as I'll state it again, there's been some posts, especially over the weekend, leading up to now, from the left and from all the Trump detractors, that, there's got to be a reason why, ladies and gentlemen, there has to be a reason why there is so much so-called intel and intelligence gathering for the leftist mainstream and fake news outlets to just make it a slam dunk that Trump and his campaign and his surrogates were in bed with Russia. How is it now that now all of a sudden there is no way that a FISA warrant was submitted to electronically surveil Donald J. Trump, his campaign, and his surrogates. I just want a yes or no, as I stated last night. I just want a yes or no as to the validity of those FISA warrants being submitted. That's all I want to know. I don't know what you want to know, and what extent you want it to be taken to. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want to know, yay or nay, if two, because in the fake news outlets, in all those particular publications, they said 2 FISA warrant requests were submitted. And just think, ladies and gentlemen, the timing of the first one. And this is the fake news outlet saying this. Okay? The fake news outlets. Let's just get that right and put that in the scope of your thinking and of your surmising of what went down. It was the day after, ladies and gentlemen, the day after the infamous tarmac meeting between then Attorney General Loretta Lynch and the husband of the then Democrat Party nominee for president, Bill Clinton. The day after, ladies and gentlemen. The day after. And from all accounts and from all reports, that FISA request wanted to surveil Trump himself and the Trump campaign. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that was denied. Now, I posted an article on my website, thepoliticalheat.com, all one word, thepoliticalheat.com, about all of the FISA applications that have been submitted and how many have been denied. 99.99999%. And I'm blanking right now as to how far back these requests go. But it was like 9,000 and something or whatever in this particular post. Out of those particular 9,000 or so, none of them, ladies and gentlemen, none of them were denied. So this first one, ladies and gentlemen, from all the accounts from the fake news outlets and the leftist liberal mainstream media, who at the time reported all this, and didn't have an issue reporting it, reported it as fact that a FISA warrant was submitted and denied, encapsulating that they wanted to surveil Trump himself and his campaign. But then there was a subsequent one submitted in October, right when things were heating up in the presidential campaign. And what, from all accounts and from all the reports, they tried to submit the same FISA to try to I'm sorry. In this one, they subtracted Trump and just submitted that the Trump campaign, his campaign and his surrogates should be surveilled electronically. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that one was approved. Because if you think about it, how in the hell, ladies and gentlemen, did General Mike Flynn's telephone conversations get recorded? Now, to this day, what still boggles my mind, and what still makes me to the point where I just want to give up on all of this crap, because if the federal government has this secretive FISA court where they can warrantlessly, I hope that's a word, electronically surveil anyone at any time if they feel, for whatever reason, feel that you are a terroristic threat of some sort, or you are some way and somehow in bed or communicating with nefarious adversaries. Now, I look at it like this, ladies and gentlemen. If General Mike Flynn, this decorated General Mike Flynn, not some dude on the corner, not some dude on the block, not some dude hanging out on the corner doing his thing, hustling. No, this is decorated General Mike Flynn. If some way and somehow this man was committing treason of some sort, do you think he would be in jail right now? Yes. If in some way in those communications that were recorded, if he was in bed with terrorists or nefarious adversaries, do you think that he would have been able to be appointed as a national security advisor? No. So all of this, ladies and gentlemen, was approved, stamped, and for a lack of words, put on blast by Barack Hussein Obama. He was a puppet master in regards to A.G. Loretta Lynch, going after Trump and the Trump campaign, trying to find any and all dirt on anyone. And why did they pick General Mike Flynn? That has been a topic of discussion since day one. Why was General Mike Flynn targeted? There's a lot of conspiracy theories. There are a lot of opinions as to why that happened. Don't have enough time to get in all of them. Well, let's talk about a couple of them. One, General Mike Flynn was privy to a lot of information in regards to that horrendous Iran deal, and Ben Rhodes, who was the architect of that Iran deal, did not want General Mike Flynn to have the capacity to submit the details that we don't even know about, even though there were so many secretive details of that Iran deal that got leaked. But I guess there's some that haven't. And he, Ben Rhodes, and he, Barack Hussein Obama, didn't want those details leaked. So that is one conspiracist theory in regards to why they targeted Mike Flynn, General Mike Flynn. There are others out there, and like I said, I do not have the time to get into them. But ladies and gentlemen, as you go about your day to day, continue to keep your eye on the prize. Now, what is that prize? You say, Dan Adams, host of this show, The Dan Adams Show. This is the morning edition, March 8th, 2017, a.k.a. a day without a woman. How is it that we cannot allow, or how is it that we are allowing, let me phrase this correctly. How is it that in this day and age, are we allowing the liberal leftist mainstream media to control, to navigate, and maintain the narrative pushed forth to the low information voter, to the low information individual out there who only get their news from the leftist liberal mainstream media and the leftist liberal communist Marxist outlets? It is time for a full onslaught of us here on the right, us libertarians, and us just common sense, put in their blue dog Democrats. I don't care. Not these way far left liberal leftist moonbats controlling the narrative, controlling the information that is being pushed out and shoved down the throats of the low information voter. We must take a stand, ladies and gentlemen. We must not allow those who have that megaphone the ability to continue to spread lies. You can reach me on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gab, and Tumblr at Dan Adams Show. Simple. At Dan Adams Show. The website, thepoliticalheat.com, all one word, thepoliticalheat.com. Get the latest and greatest. Still looking for authors and bloggers? Hit me up. The email is danadams73@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And when you do, comment. And when you're done, listen to it and share it and download it. That's how you support grassroots conservatism. This is yours truly, Dan Adams, a.k.a. the Soulful Conservative, the DA, and the prosecutor. Until next time, may God bless you and yours. May He keep you and your family safe. God bless. Peace.
This poem is for the woman I love. I knew not what love was till you awoke within my heart. We are now together forever, never shall we part. I will track where you are, I'll decide whom you see. Remember, sweetheart, you belong only to me. So do what I say and don't do anything dumb, or I may have to hit you until you are numb. If you tell another soul, well, that will just make me mad. 'Cause I tolerate you, and for that you should be glad. There's one more feeling I must express to you, honey. Don't ever let me catch you touching my money.
Some relationships are not as they appear. That's because domestic abuse is often hidden. Join the Women's Center and Shelter in the effort to end abuse early on and help us provide emergency sanctuary to those who most need your protection. To donate, visit the Women's Center and Shelter at wcscanhelp.org.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lisa Brady. The debate over the new health care plan begins in earnest today as two committees dig in.
We're not going to have the government tell you what you must do, tell you what you must buy. We're going to allow the market to do that.
And House Speaker Paul Ryan says he guarantees he'll have the votes. But will this plan be the one that hits the House floor? Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Lisa, the fate of the bill is uncertain, even with Republicans in control of both chambers because of disagreement on how to go about replacing Obamacare. Congressman Jim Jordan, a member of the ultra-conservative Freedom Caucus, has his own plan for a clean repeal.
Replace it with a model that empowers families, and one that I actually think, and this should be the focus, brings down the cost of premiums.
Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price is urging lawmakers to see the bill through.
This is a work in progress and continues to be so.
President Trump is promising to meet with conservative leaders today to discuss the health care bill. Lisa?
Thanks, Rachel. Federal investigators are at the scene of yesterday's deadly collision between a freight train and a bus full of Texas tourists, many of them senior citizens. Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers with this live.
4 people died in that crash. 40 more were hurt, 7 of them critically. The bus was headed to a Biloxi casino from Austin, Texas, when witnesses say it appeared to have been stuck on the track when it was hit. NTSB board member Robert Sumwalt says they will be looking at a number of things, including rail and highway factors and recording devices.
So we will be trying to extract data from whatever cameras we may be able to have.
The train pushed the bus about 300 feet before it came to a stop. 2 people were removed from the wreckage with metal cutting equipment. Lisa?
Tanya, thanks. An ISIS affiliate is now claiming responsibility for a deadly attack on a military hospital in Afghanistan, where the defense ministry now says more than 30 people were killed. Gunmen storming the hospital after an explosion and gunfire. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced. The head of the House Intelligence Committee says there's no evidence at this point that President Trump or any associates were targeted by intelligence agencies. In other words, wiretapped.
The president is a neophyte to politics. He's been doing this a little over a year.
Chairman Devin Nunes suggesting that not everything the president tweets is meant to be taken literally. The committee now plans a public hearing on its Russia probe later this month, with FBI Chief James Comey among those invited to testify. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti easily winning re-election, defeating 10 little-known challengers in the nation's second-largest city.
Los Angeles is much more than just a place on the map. roadmap. It is both an idea and an ideal.
Also using his victory speech to send a message to President Trump saying it's time to stop thinking about the most powerful man in the country and start thinking about the city's most vulnerable. Hawaii set to file the first challenge to the president's revised immigration order. It'll be done as an amendment to the state's lawsuit over the original order. The bidding process begins today for a border wall.
The Department of Homeland Security wants it, quote, 30 feet tall and resistant to climbing, tampering, or damage, preferably concrete. A prototype is due in 2 weeks, and a proposal with pricing is due in May. Now, the department expects multiple bids, including one from an Israeli company that built a wall there which reduced terror attacks by more than 50%. The biggest issue agents have is will they be able to see through the barrier? In all likelihood, in some locations, the fence will be concrete, and others it will be made out of steel.
Fox's William Lajeunesse. Organizers of January's Women's March are calling for women to take off today and not spend money to show their economic strength and impact on American society, calling it a day without a woman and insisting it's not about President Trump, who this morning tweeted support for women. Dow futures are higher. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News Radio.
Thank you for coming out. Good night.
Time to lay down some serious sound.
Straight out the gate, no time to wait for any situation that leads to complication. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Who knows the what, where, why, and when? No man, only God up above. Time to come clean, grab a rag and scrub the negativity out of the fabric. Events of the day can be forever tragic, but you got to revamp your mind state. Make sure that you start on a clean slate. Be firm and hold your position. Look to Melodiq to spark the transition from evil to infinite righteousness. Aim high, let's see how high it gets. Concepts come alive and fly, waiting for this lyrical pro to arrive.
Sit back and listen to me. I'm here to provide things you cannot see. Time to decide. You gotta listen to me. That's the way to go. The way that I flow. Act like you know.
Never said that you couldn't get your groove on. Make sure it doesn't end up your swan song. Things can go wrong when you're out in the club. Hate supersedes the love. Jealousy is the drug of choice. Being the ultimate player. This behavior validates the stereotype. The rap and the hip-hop world is in a fist fight. Talking about the bling and the Dawn P. Does it make you a bona fide MC? Does it give you the license to rhyme? Your words should stand the test of time. Not be the subject for the Bill O'Reillys. Let's penetrate society. Showing skills that pays bills. Surface in the globe, masquerading through the hills.
Sit back and listen to me. I'm here to provide things you cannot see. Time to decide. You gotta listen to me. That's the way to go. The way that I flow. Act like you know.
Sometimes life can lead you on a U-turn. Valuable lessons to learn. Never settle for terms when I don't see a benefit. My vocab doesn't know the word quit. These relationships I'm presently building hopefully will lead me planting the seed, so I can feed those looking for a better way. Energized to survive the day. Feeling regulated like some government agency. Making sure that the world can see that my vibe is genuine till the end of time. Looking out for yours and mine. My soul is immersed in this music like Uncle L. I just keep doing it. This is where hip-hop and I will meet. Clap your hands now, people, stomp your feet.
Sit back and listen to me. I'm here to provide things you cannot see. Time to decide. You gotta listen to me. That's the way to go. The way that I flow. Act like you know.
Once again, you just witnessed another global collaboration on the station. Peace to my man, DJ Dream.